everyone. Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts at my new time, 1 o'clock. And I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ottawa, Canada. And for the next couple of months, I'm going to be coming live Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 o'clock. Used to be 3 o'clock, but for the next little while, it's going to be 1 o'clock. So thank you for joining me. Wednesdays will be card designs and Fridays are always fun folds. So Fun Fold Friday. So I hope you can join me and I hope it inspires you to get into your craft room and create. So it's a very exciting week here in the Stampin' Up! World because it's the release of the new annual catalog. This is the big annual catalog and it goes from May 2022 to April 2023. And then there are two, hey Pat, smaller mini catalogs that come out. The current one is January to June and the next one is July to December. And those are more the seasonal catalogs. Hey Cheryl, hi Wanda. Oh, I'm glad you guys found me. 1 o'clock, hopefully it's a good time. So this is the big catalog that has all the main stuff in it. And then the smaller mini catalogs, as I said, have more of the seasonal items in it. So currently we have the January to June catalog on the go with still lots of great products in there. And now this is the new annual catalog. And there is also, if you are loving the new in colors, Stampin' Up! Has a starter kit promotion. So when you sign up as a demonstrator between March 3rd and May 31st, the starter kit is always a good deal, but in addition to the $165 worth of products for $135, you also get in color paper grid, a pack of in color cardstock, combination pack, the whole collection of ink pads, and the 2022-2024 in color 6x6 designer series paper. So you get all of this plus $165 worth of products. That is a smoking good deal. My team is called the Pinery Paper Pals. We meet virtually, so anyone anywhere in Canada would be welcome to join us. So that's a really great deal, especially if you were thinking of getting the in colors anyways. Hey, why not get them free? Hi, Wanda. Oh, you're sick. That's too bad. But you managed to get your order in. That's awesome. So, what are we working with today? Today we're working with one of the DSPs. I'm going to do a separate video showing you how I organize. I have it all ready to go. How I organize all my things for the new catalog. One of the things I do is I take it to Staples, which is our office supply store, and get it spiral bound, clear, and get a clear cover put on it. And then I just buy the little labels and I label up my book. Some years I just pull the labels off my old catalog and put them on my new one, but I did that last year, so they were 2 years old, so I thought I would really just get some new ones. So I just go through, and these are the pages that I grab all the time. So I know this is the DSP envelopes. I didn't have that marked last time, but I'm forever looking for them. So here's the envelopes. Wrap it up. So this is all of the packaging ideas from Stampin' Up. Ribbon. Oh, embellishments. Bling. I was going to put bling and then I thought, no, I'll keep it at embellishments. So all the new, and the way you can tell in the catalog if it's new, it has a red N, and that means it's new. I've also started going and putting a green dot on my stamps and anything I use a lot to let me know that it's current. And then once it's not current anymore, I'll put a yellow one over top. Because oftentimes I'm on Facebook Live and I go, I think this is still available. Sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. So I have punches, tools, Stampin' Cut machine, die bundles. I love how they have these organized as bundles. So I'll do a separate video showing you how I organize my catalog, my embellishments, my blends, all the things that I do. It's not that exciting, but I like looking at other people's ways that they organize things, so you may enjoy that as well. Thanks, Cheryl. I find it so handy. Between that and the spiral binding, it's game changer. Especially if I'm looking for something quickly, I can see, oh, storage. Okay, yeah, where are those things? And then it just opens up and I'm at the storage section. Because I don't do that for the mini catalogs. They're only 6 months, but this one's a year-long catalog, so I find it helpful. All right, today we're featuring the Perfectly Penciled Designer Series paper. This is one of the other things that I do for my Designer Series paper, is I make up these paper, I call them samplers. And I do laminate mine. When you're doing Facebook Live, though, you have to hold it at a certain angle, otherwise you get that glare. But I didn't laminate some of the last ones, and they get wrecked too easy. So today, black and white, perfectly penciled Designer Series paper. But I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. One, keeping it black and white, and then the other one, adding a pop of color. The sentiments for today are from Happiness Abounds. Best wishes and happy birthday. Green dot means it's current. Oh, I'm even impressing myself. And the other thing I used are Stampin' Blends. And I do put little labels on the end of these. It seems really small, but when they're on the shelf behind me, I can find them quite easily. You can kind of tell by the color, but if there's a whole bunch of greens, is this Parakeet Party or is it one of the other greens? So those are, oh, you can get matte laminating. Huh. I will have to look into that. I just buy the laminating sheets. I have one of those little laminators, but I never actually thought to look for matte laminating. Thank you, Wanda. Good to know. Okay, so we're using the Perfectly Penciled paper, Designer Series paper. Here's an extra label I had, cutting tools. Leave it there. And we're going to do one in black and white and one with a pop of color. That's what's fun about using the black and white papers, is you can keep it all black and white, or you can just add a little pop of color. So for the first card, the card base is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. Then black, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I'm trying to remember. And then the Designer Series paper, 4 by 5 1/4. So just a small mat for this. Then we have a piece of black that's 2 inches, I think. Yeah, 2 inches by 5 1/4. Then we have a stitched square. Now, you're going to say, we don't have stitched squares anymore. And you would be right. Uh-oh, I lost something. I'll find it. But in the new catalog, there is a set. So let's look up dies. And I only happened to see this because I saw someone else using it. Dies. It's just a set of dies. It doesn't have a matching. It's called Stylish Shapes. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the squares and 2, 4, 6 circles, and then these little ones with the flagged ends. And they fit in the mini. And I think they're double stitched because there's a sample on page 50. So I will get these. I haven't put my order in yet. So I just cheated and used something else that I had that's I think will be close. So here's what they look like. So they have double stitched, but they look really cute. So the ones I'm using today are not these ones, but these would be good. Hey Judith. Okay, I can't believe I lost this piece of paper. Okay, well let's go ahead and get started, though I think I'm gonna need it. We'll go ahead and get started and hope it shows up, or else I'll cut another one. So we're just gonna attach this paper. It's beautiful. The back side is a little, what's the word? Like a muted almost. We might be finishing this one at the end when I find the lost piece. And I'm sure it's stuck to the bottom of something. Although I don't know why it would be. All right, we've got that, we've got that. And we've got our piece of black that we're putting in the middle. I'm just guesstimating. And then we're going to have this on top. This I just saved because it was extra, and I'm just going to pop it inside. And I have to start putting all my little pieces in an envelope. I like to display them so that you have an idea of what I'm making, but then I forever lose the pieces. Oh well. Oh. Found them. They stuck to the static of the cover of my catalog. All right, so that piece goes inside. This is actually for this card. So we need to decide if we're going to add a ribbon, if I'm going to pop this up, but for sure I want this little piece on here. And this is kind of how it's going to look. So I have two ribbon choices. The gingham, and I'm thinking I'm going to wrap the ribbon around and do a bow at this side. Let's try it with the gingham, and the other option I have is just the white seam binding. I'm not sure about the gingham, but let's try because I do like the gingham. So we do want it fairly close to the edge. Did anyone else put in an order for new stuff? I have an order ready to go in. It was pretty good. There wasn't a lot of things that weren't available. So that was impressive. Because apparently shipping issues are going to be a problem for a while. I realize that's not quite straight, but nothing I can do about it. Okay, I like that. The other option was going to be just white, but I don't know if the white would even show up. There's so much white already. I'm just going to slide it over a smidgen, and then we'll glue this down. This paper kind of reminds me of a paper that we had for Celebration. And I don't remember which Celebration, but it was black and white as well. Can never go wrong with black and white. Okay, so then I think I will pop this up. Oh, thanks, darling. Yeah, I'm sure I will be putting in an order next week, probably too. so many pretty things. But this catalog lasts a year, so we have lots of time still. So now to cut this piece, I cut it out of this large sheet. So you just need to look at your paper and see where there's going to be a nice, because some of the flowers are large and some of them are smaller. So that would be a perfect one to just take your small square and die cut a piece out of. And then I did cut out some of the butterflies that I'll show you in a second. So then you have to decide which way you want it to go. And I think I want it to go this way because I do have a butterfly. So I did cut out a butterfly. And we have Best Wishes, which I'm going to put right down here and just flat. You can see my first attempt, it was too inky. So I'll have it hanging off the end. And at first I thought, oh, I'll do a butterfly and I'll do it in Sweet Sorbet. But I don't want to add any color to this one. So I'm just going to stick with the black and white, and you know what I'll do after I put it on? I will do Wink of Stella. Because I do want this one to really just be black and white. So I'll add some Wink of Stella, and we have to trim off those as well. And then you could do Wink of Stella on your one main flower here. Yeah, let's do that. And then everything else is just black and white. Take my ribbon scissors, which I have marked with my ribbon. When you use paper on your scissors, they really do dull. If I tried to do these with my other scissors, it wouldn't look good. Okay, so there's our first card, just black and white. And I put that on crooked. Oh well. And then we have the little piece inside. We'll save this guy for a rainy day. Now we're going to do the same card design, but we're going to add color. So the dimensions, everything is the same. We're starting with basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, and I didn't even use the thick because we're putting a lot of layer on the front, so I don't really think it needs more. Then we have Orchid Oasis. Isn't this pretty? The same next piece. Now, if you want to save your DSP, I could have just cut little strips instead of just covering it up, but I didn't. Oh, thanks, Wanda. Okay, so let's add this one. We're going to do the same thing, but add some color. This does have an upside and a downside. So again, this is just 1/8 of an inch different, not 1/4 of an inch. And I'm not going to put it on yet because I think we're going to do a ribbon around this one as well. So we have that. Then we have Orchid Oasis. And the new in colors have this beautiful ombre glitter paper. So I cut it down to 1.5. This one's 2, this one's 1.5. Now it's ombre, so I will tell you I cut 1/4 inch off of the top and the bottom. So it's not really dark and not so dark at the bottom. I'll try to put this one on straight. So you can decide if you want the dark side up or down. I might switch it actually. I'm just making sure it's straight. Yeah, that looks good. I'll just show you how it's going to lay up. So then we have our orchid. Again, I had a little piece at the bottom left over when I cut it down to the, whoopsie, right size, so that's why I just cut it in half, one for the inside of each card. And because this one is colored, I might just go ahead and color this one. But not right now, but that's an option. All right, so we got that, we got that. We've got our square. And then same thing. It's a different piece of the paper. Actually, this one might have been nicer, I think. But anyways, I started with this one. And I started to color it. And now I'll just finish up. I'm using Orchid Oasis Light, and I already have ink on it. Light Orchid Oasis and Light Parakeet Party in the middle. I was trying to figure out which were leaves and which were flowers. We're going to pretend this one's a leaf, but it might be a bud. Not really sure. But as soon as I color it green, it makes it a leaf. And this is the light. So the dark must be really dark. I didn't do any blending on this one because this was dark enough. I do love to color. And the blends are so fun to color with because after you go back and forth, you don't see any lines. Sometimes if it's a dark one like this, I will just go back and do some shading with the same color. And it bleeds out a little bit. And this down here, I'm just going to pretend that it's, because I'm not exactly 100% sure. So this one's going to go on here. You also could have just colored one flower. I just went ahead and colored all of them. All right. Now we have to decide about the ribbon. I also have Happy Birthday, ink color, Orchid Oasis. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. It was a bit too long, the sentiment, for this other shorter die. But that's okay, because I'm probably going to put this over here. And maybe just, let me try. I think I might just want a bow at the edge. What I love about this metallic ribbon is you can get the ends of the bows to go whichever direction you like. Sometimes it automatically goes down, but this one you can get to stick almost straight out. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I like it. I should have done this over a little bit more, but it's got this funky little groove, so I don't really want to just cut it off. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so that means this can go ahead and get glued right on. Yeah, my card, my option. Some of them you can't really tell if it's a leaf or part of the flower, so you just kind of balance it out. If you want more green in your picture, make it a leaf. If you want more Orchid Oasis, then make it something else. Make it a flower. All right, this popped up. Oops. Have some here. So the new ribbon comes in all the in colors. It's called Metallic Woven Ribbon, and it reminds me of that copper ribbon we had not too long ago. And what's fun about it is you can pull it apart a little bit, and you can also make it so that these are all individual little strands like I did. On this card. So you just take your picky tool and pull the strands apart. This was a fun fold we did on Friday. If you missed it, it's a fun fold. Thanks, darling. This color is just so pretty. And it's just fun to see how you can use the same paper to get two different looks. All right, so where do I want this? I feel like it should be, so that's kind of the big flower. I'm going to put it here. Or should I put it here? I'm going to put it like this because my sentiment is going to go across here. And I'm going to Wink of Stella that one. Okay, so I'm going to put this on with liquid glue. Just putting glue on one end because it's going to stick out this end. So I want to make sure it doesn't stick out any further than the card. And also, I want this kind of just offset. So it's not right on top here because it doesn't really do much. But if I put it right like this, then it kind of takes some of the color into the black and white. All right, that's going to get a glue dot. And then we'll see if it needs a dimensional. So I'm not putting it right down here because I want my bow to go right about here. Tipping it over just a little bit. This ribbon is so pretty. You could also pull out, I don't want to do it because I don't really want it for this card. You could pull this apart and make your bow a little bigger as well. Now the fun thing about glue dots is you can make your bow go exactly anywhere you like. All right, that's pretty. I'm never really sure how my card is going to turn out, as you know. Okay, so let's do Wink of Stella. Now when you do Wink of Stella, when you've done blending, it sometimes changes the color. I don't know if I want to do it for this whole big flower. You can see how it picked up a little bit of the ink there. I still think it's worth it. We already do have glitter from the glitter paper, and you could do it on these sprigs as well. And now I have the matte dots. So 2022 to 2024, the new ink colors. I had to cut it because it didn't fit. So you get these ombre in all 5 of the new ink colors. You can see I've already used some of the parakeet. So this is the orchid, which is at the bottom. I do want one there. The little ones are quite, like the size difference. I'm just looking to see. These seem to, yeah, these are all the same size, and these are all the same size. I think I'm going to put 2 of, but the color is a bit different because they are ombre. So I'm going to try to put 2 here, and I might put a glue dot there. Not a glue dot, a dimensional. Because it does kind of look like it's hanging in the middle of nowhere. Let's just take a little glue dot. Yeah, that looks better. Before it just looked like it was unfinished. Is that crooked? I don't know anymore. Okay. 2 cards, same exact paper. 1 black and white, 1 with color. Do you have a favorite? You could do a whole series of these cards and make one with each of the new in colors. You've got your glitter paper in all 5 in colors, cardstock, and your blends, and your ribbon. Hey, that would be a good idea. You could do one for every color. Thanks, Wanda. Just checking the comments to see if there's any questions. So these products are available to customers right now. Okay, that looks dumb. Just noticed. I think I was looking to see if I wanted to put a smaller one, but that one and the little tiny one, I don't know if it would look good. I think the ombre goes this way, so let's try there. These products are available to customers right now. My May host code is listed here. I do appreciate any orders. Thank you. Favorite is the black and white. Oh, the colored one. Yeah, I do love black and white, but I did want to try it, just adding a little pop of color to see how it would look. I am a fan of black and white. I did check to see if that organdy black ribbon was still in the new catalog, but apparently it's not. So that's why I went with the gingham. I think the gingham looks pretty though. So this paper is called Perfectly Penciled Designer Series Paper, and it is available now to customers. So many pretty designer series papers. I'm sure I will end up showcasing all of them. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I will be back on Friday at 1 for Fun Fold Friday and some more products from the new catalog. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you will know when I post a new video. Thanks for joining me today, everyone, and have a great evening. Or actually, rest of your afternoon. Thanks.